Welcome, homework walkthrough video 1.03b independent practice for 6th grade math. Let's jump right into it. Your numbers might be different than my numbers, but when I solve these questions, I will talk out loud about how to solve them, so that way my process can help you solve your problems. Question 1. Compare the two absolute values, absolute value of -10 and absolute value of -6.1. Complete the inequality statement by selecting the correct symbol, alligator mouth, or equal sign, to compare the numbers. All right, let's compare. We have learned from the last homework assignment that absolute value is the distance that inside number is from 0. So the absolute value of -10 is asking how far away is -10 from 0. -10 is 10 units away from 0. The absolute value of -6.1 is asking us how far away is -6.1 from 0. -6.1 is 6.1 units away from 0. So which is bigger, 10 or 6.1? 10 is bigger. So alligator mouth will be eating the absolute value of -10. Because the absolute value of -10 is bigger than the absolute value of -6.1. Check. Correct. Question 2. Compare the two absolute values, absolute value of 8 and absolute value of 21/2. Complete the inequality statement by selecting the correct symbol, alligator mouth, equal sign, to compare the numbers. Let's get solving. We know that absolute value is asking us to find how far away this inside number is from 0. So the absolute value of 8 is asking us how far away is 8 from 0. Well, 8 is 8 units away from 0. And the absolute value of 21/2 is asking us how far away from 0 is 21/2. Well, 21/2 is 21/2 away from 0. The absolute value is itself in positive form, even if it already started as a positive. Now, I'm having trouble comparing these because one is in fraction form and the other is in normal number form. So let's turn the fraction into what I call a normal number. We can turn any fraction into a normal number by, do you remember how? Yes, exactly. By doing top number divided by bottom number. 21. Top number divided by bottom number, which is, Monsieur Calculateur, says it is 10.5. So what is bigger, 8 or 10.5? What is bigger, absolute value of 8 or absolute value of 21/2? This is bigger right here. So the alligator mouth will eat the fraction for me. Let's check our work. Always click that check button. It is correct. Question 3. Compare the two absolute values. Absolute value of 0.47 and absolute value of -1.4. Complete the inequality statement by selecting the correct symbol, alligator mouth, or equal sign, to compare the numbers. Let's get solving. We know that absolute value is asking us to find the distance away from 0 a number is. So the question, when it asks us find the absolute value of the absolute value of 0.47, it's asking us how far away is 0.47 from 0. Well, 0.47 is 0.47 units away from 0. And the question, what's the absolute value of negative 1.4, is asking us how far away is negative 1.4 from 0? Well, negative 1.4 is 1.4 units away from 0. Yes, it's 1.4 units to the left instead of the right, but still just 1.4 units. Distance is always measured positively, especially linear distance like this. So what's bigger, 0.47 or 1.4? Yep, 1.4 is bigger because 1 is bigger than 0. So this is bigger, meaning the alligator mouth for me will be eating absolute value of negative 1.4. Alligator mouth. Awesome. Right, question 4. Compare the two absolute values. Absolute value of a negative 0.4 and absolute value of a negative 0.02. Complete the inequality statement by selecting the correct symbol, alligator mouth, or equal sign, to compare the numbers. Let's get solving. Okay. So, absolute value, we know, is absolute value is asking us to find how far away this inside number is from 0. So the question, what's the absolute value of negative 0.4, is asking us how far away is 0.4 from 0. 0.4 is, or negative 0.4 is 0.4 units away from 0. Yes, it's 0.4 units to the left, but distance is always positive. Google Maps always tells you a positive distance. Turn this many miles. And this many miles, take your exit. You're not going negative miles just because you're driving east. Always positive. And the math question, what is the absolute value of negative 0.02, is asking us how far away is negative 0.02 from 0? Well, negative 0.02 is 0.02 units away from 0. So what number is bigger? Let's compare these numbers one place value at a time. Which is bigger, 0 or 0? That's a tie, right? Then let's go to the next place value. What's bigger, 4 or 0? Well, 4 is bigger. So 0.4 is also kind of like 40 cents. And 0.02 is like 2 cents. So yes, this would be bigger. So my alligator mouth will be eating the absolute value of negative 0.4. So I get alligator mouth eating that way. I check my work. And it is correct. Question 5. Compare the two absolute values. Complete the inequality statement by filling in the absolute value to correctly compare them. Absolute value of 9/13 and absolute value of negative 1/9. Let's get solving. So, for this question, absolute value is a kind of math that asks us to find how far away this inside number is from 0. So the question, what's the absolute value of 9/13, is asking us how far away is 9/13 from 0. Well, 9/13 is 9/13 of a unit away from 0. And what's the absolute value of negative 1/9 is asking us how far away is negative 1/9 from 0. Well, negative 1/9 is 1/9 of a unit away from 0. Here's how we find the absolute values. Yes, this is negative 1/9 of a unit to the left, but distance is never measured in a negative, and when we're finding the absolute value of a number, we're finding the distance. So the answer to any absolute value question is a positive. Like this, any absolute value, the number always turns into a positive. Now let's compare these fractions and see which one's bigger. I can't tell which one's bigger because my brain doesn't work in fractions. My brain works in decimals. So I'm going to try turning these fractions both into a decimal. Do you remember how to turn a fraction into a decimal? Yes, that is correct. Top number divided by bottom number will turn any fraction into a decimal. So 9 divided by 13, 1 divided by 9. Let's get that calculator pulled up. What is 9 divided by 13? 0.692307. I'll just stop right there. 0.692307, yada yada yada. And what's 1 divided by 9? 1 divided by 9 is 0.1111. 0.111111 dot 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 yada yada yada. So which is bigger, 9/13 or 1/9? What is bigger, 0.6923 yada 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 or 0.1? Well, let's compare these numbers one place value at a time. What's bigger, 0 or 0? Well, that's a tie, of course. So let's move on to the next place value. What's bigger, 6 or 1? 6 is bigger. So this is the bigger number. So to write this in, I will type I complete the inequality statement by filling in the absolute values to correctly compare them. So I will click on these red buttons to type in my fractions, and then I believe, since the bigger number is 9/13, I will type 9/13 on the left, so the alligator mouth eats 9/13 because it is the bigger one. And then over here, I will type 1/9. And I'm pretty sure I type positive 1/9 here because I'm filling in the absolute values. And 1/9 is the absolute value of negative 1/9. Now I could be wrong. And if I am, thank goodness, we have more than one try. We have infinity tries. So let's try and see if we are correct. So for me, my bigger fraction goes on the left, and I click the red check button, check mark button. I click on my fraction button, and I type 9/13, accept. Click on my red check mark button. I click on fraction. I type 1, down arrow 9, accept, and now check. Sweet, got it correct. Last question. Question 6. Compare the two absolute values, -9, absolute value of -9, and absolute value of -3. Complete the inequality statement by filling in the absolute values to correctly compare them. Let's get solving. Absolute value is a kind of math that asks us to find how far away a number is from 0. How far away this middle number is from 0. So the math question, what's the absolute value of -9, is asking us how far away is -9 from 0. Well, -9 is 9 units away from 0. Yes, 9 units to the left, but still just 9 units. Absolute value is asking us to find the distance from 0. And distance is always positive. So what's the absolute value of -9? Positive 9. The absolute value of -3 is similar. It's positive 3 because -3 is 3 units away from 0. Yes, 3 units to the left, but still 3 units. Which one of these is bigger? 9 or 3? Yes, 9 is bigger. 9 is bigger than 3. So it looks like our alligator mouth is eating this way. So I will, in this box, type 9, not -9, but I will type 9 because the question says to fill in the absolute values. And the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. And then here I will put 3, not negative 3, positive 3, because 3 is the absolute value of negative 3. Let's see if we are correct. 9, 3. Correct. I didn't need to click on this red checkmark button because I wasn't typing a fraction. I was just doing normal numbers. We have finished, so I click the finish button. Then I click submit all and finish, and submit all and finish again, and we are done. If you need more help with this homework, please let me know. I'd love to help. Good luck and goodbye.